Alright, so we're gonna do the easy one. We're gonna do the easy one first. I'm sure she's gonna dip. Shoot. Hold up. Look like a mad hops. That's crazy. Okay. What was even her point though? Was she just trying to kill me or what's the whole strat? Hello. Please don't kill me. Shit. She's crazy. Stop running, I'm running, I'm off this biz. That's crazy. Easy, we leave. Who cares about that? Running and gunning, man. I left the house as fast as I could. I wasn't going to fall for another one of Akko's traps. And so I ran as fast as my legs could carry me. I'm back home. He's dead, but I'm back home. I was still in shock about what happened. So I texted her to see if it was real. I spent the next several minutes just sitting in my room listening for strange sounds. The silence was almost deafening. After a while sitting in complete silence, I began to calm down. Panic was slowly giving way to rational thought. And the more I thought about it, the more I was certain. There's no way any of this was real. This must be a dream. I would never do something like that. She would never try to kill me. Not to mention a talking cat. This must be a dream. I'm going to go to sleep, and when I wake up, it'll be obvious this was all just a nightmare. Yeah, time to go to bed. When I wake up, everything will be back to normal. What the hell? Huh? This again? No, I'm certain. There's definitely someone making noise outside. Time for me to tell them to finally knock it off so I can sleep. Yeah, let's see. It's black. Little do they know I'm actually a pro at defending myself. Just a regular bathtub. Not for long. It's about to become a makeshift nuclear bomb holder. Yeah, nothing of interest. Intruder? Please leave. Okay, no one's here though. Hmm. Look through the people. Da da da. Surely nothing. Just a bunch of rascals. Nothing. I swear I heard something though. Oh well, nothing I can do about it. Time to hit the sack so I can be fresh in the morning. Okay. I'm a little nervous on what's gonna happen. Huh, where are the lights off? Turn on the lights. Hey, shoot. Hey, how's it going? How did you? I was a little, kind of a little late, but I feel a sharp pain in my abdomen. Put my hand over it only to feel a warm liquid pouring out. It's blood. Pain is so intense, I'm unable to even let out a scream. My vision immediately darkens. Is immediate darkness. I fall to the floor, unable to break my fall with my hands. Despite the confusion, I know full well I'm probably not going to make it back up. So this is how it ends. While I'm bleeding out on the floor, I can feel Akko patting my head. She whispers in my ear, "Egg the L! You don't have to worry anymore. I'll take care of you. Just go to sleep and Sleep anything and everything will be okay. What is she talking about? I'm bleeding. God damn it, woman! There's no point in trying to understand her anymore. You know deep down that you're going to die. She continues to kill me here. But you're not noticing or hearing anything. I'm sitting up over you. Wait for me, Luna. I promise I won't be far behind you. Hee. That's me on one. Oh, well, damn. I done too. Murder. It's murder. Amy? Credits. Oh, damn. Legit, hopefully I turn this into 10 parts. Oh my god. Design story. I'll probably cut this part. That's a cat. Sucks to suck, man. So this is how the story ends for dear Luna and Nako. Two souls in love shattered to pieces by such an unfortunate fate. A cool ending indeed. But is this really how it should end? Maybe there's another way. Perhaps the thread of fate can be undone. Well, what do you think? Is this really where the story should end? Alright guys, that's gonna be the end. Alright, just kidding, just kidding. Maybe there is still something that can be done. Alright, let us go. Because I'm a dummy and I completely skipped over my goddamn save, so now I have to do all this stuff over again. I never even used that feature before. Okay. Alright, so this time we're gonna stay. Oh, let's look around. Look around. Trash can, garbage, the bed, stand, books, closet. The computer's already logged in. Save. Snoo. Ugh, Windows 98. The fatal error will be terminated. Oh my god. Just pretend like nothing happened. Random stationary items line the desk drawer. Seems like a normal person's room. Well, hello. Da, da, da. Okay, I think this is gonna be the same. So I'm gonna be back after redoing all the entire sequence. Alright. Damn, not gonna lie, that medicine really hitting. Alright, see ya. Yeah, we're gonna try that. Hold on. I'm gonna try something real quick. It's a nightmare. I'm actually. Let's see if I can get the actual combination. Hold on, what's the combination? So 1, 3, 5'7". 5'7". 6'8". Alright, time to get back to it. Alright, we're back. Music, gotta stop on this one, bro. What was the end of? Alright, anywho. Pimp had to exit. Wait. Okay, so she's gonna fall down there. Then we're gonna help her. She okay? No, wait, it's a real. What do I do? Echo? Small amount of blood. The pressure's the same. Flushed over. Took her to the hospital. In fact, but she was asleep on the days I wasn't there. This feeling, don't tell me. Well, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. It doesn't matter anyway. What? Let's be spending a lot of time together from now on. And this time, I'm going to be extra careful not to let anything happen. I don't want the love of my life running off with some whore. I'll go. I try to speak, but nothing comes out. Damn it! Just go to sleep. This time, I promise everything will be better, okay? How is this possible? That should lost her memory. There's no point in trying to figure out anything now. That all too familiar feeling of drowsiness and vertigo overwhelms you. You know it's only a matter of time before you're not even able to sit upright. What's next? You wonder if she's gonna kill you? Is she gonna keep dosing you until you OD? Maybe something even worse. All you can really be sure is that your chances of escaping a second time is likely nil. It's only a matter of time before I'm dead. That's the last time you had straight up tied up. There's no chance now. Luna. Face of a monster. Bad end. Together forever. Or what is your name? End game. End game. Damn. Hello, Endgame. Your name is Endgame? Why, it's Endgame, right? It's Endgame. Each letter, the letter should spell out Endgame. Okay. The hell? Oh, and the dog. What the hell? Developer, hello, and thank you for playing my game. I hope you enjoyed it. For the record, this is the first real game I've ever completed from start to finish, and to be honest, I'm quite nervous to release it. So if you did like it, please let me know. If not, let me know what you didn't like. I really would like to make another game in a similar genre if I ever have the time to. Anyway, welcome to the commissary room. I'm going to just leave some random thoughts, scrapped ideas, and maybe a few lessons to learn from creators, from other creators. When you're done, feel free to just exit from behind you. So is there anything you want to know? So first, about the game. The game development, all the art and graphics, well, this game was made in RPG Maker 2K, and it was completed on the 6th, turning 3rd, 2025. According to the folder stats, I started this project on. Oh, you just talk about him. I was like, did I start this game? No. The 2024, that's like a year. It took more than a year to complete this game, start to finish. Of course, I wasn't working on it every day during that time, obviously, even though I wish I could. I was only able to make progress during the weekend most of the time, so I can't really guess how many hours it actually took to make this. Even if I did, the fact that I kept changing everything midway through just makes the number confusing. How did the game development go? It was rough. To be honest, I severely underestimated how difficult making a game would be. The aspects I struggled with most were the writing and the dialogue and story. I read about 60% of the script before I even opened the editor. That was a huge mistake. The third hard lesson I learned is that what sounds good in the script may not translate well once you actually have graphics on screen. Not to mention the character development that's inherent with working in such a low resolution. So many of my original ideas had to be scrapped. Also, it didn't help that I originally started on RPG Maker VX Ace, then went to the Wolf RPG editor, then went back to our RPG Maker 2K. If you want to really be technical, this started out as a RenPy project, but there's hardly anything remaining from the original visual novel idea. RenPy, is that the person who did the whole? Give me a second. I gotta squeeze out some time, squeeze out some time. RenPy, that's the the one. They made the game, the whole game, the games, the whatever. I'm pretty sure they made like the thing and they made something. I don't know, bro. I've heard that before. As you can tell, I had a lot of false starts with this project. However, after I was able to get the first few scenes finalized, things did start to pick up. Like I mentioned before, I tried too hard to plan things out and force my ideas to work in the engine. The technique that actually worked out the best was for me to just open up the editor and let the flow take me wherever I wanted to go. It's not nostalgic for me. As me as well, as me as well. I love these types of games. You may have recognized some of the music and artwork used in the games. I'm absolutely in love with these assets and games that use them. I strongly urge you to view the credits in the README file. Everything I use in there and is a great starting point for a first project like this one. Alright. That's about it. Did you happen to activate the secret Easter egg during your playthrough? What? If you don't feel bad, it only has a 1 in 64 chance of triggering when you interact with normal mirrors and trash cans. You know. Well, I don't. That's wild. You want to take a guess at who this NPC is? Loco's friend, your other crush? A random NPC? Wrong. She went unnamed in the game. She went unnamed in the game. She's the one with a one-sided crush. Was she the one in the hallway? Or not the hallway? Yeah, she was in like the hallway or something. And we'll look at that later. You may have interacted with her during the first school day. Do you want to know more? She was just like, hi. I think she was the one who was just like, hi. You want to know more? Well, I have nothing. It honestly didn't matter much to plot, so I didn't bother coming up with anything. Feel free to come up with your own ideas about who this girl might be. Okay, never mind. I'll make it safe. Oh no, we'll just say she's part of the CIA, and then she's actually on a campaign to goddamn Cut this part out. Back. Alright. She's secretly a part of the CIA, and this entire story was just MK Ultra, and essentially Akko is simply just a subject to that. That's why the father left. That's why she went crazy. Complete crazy. Anywho, developer, this is an NPC I never bothered to implement. Originally, Pro Tycoon was supposed to have a friend that sat behind him, occasionally making banter and commenting on events in the story. Tell me more. He was supposed to exist as a comic relief character. His personality would have been of a good friend, but somewhat oblivious to the situation around him. In the end, he was supposed to help you uncover who the mystery girl was leaving love letters in her locker. He wouldn't be able to do that directly though. While you were busy being kidnapped or whatever, the twist was going to be that letter meant for the player somehow ended up in his locker / desk and not yours. While you're busy being kidnapped, the twist was going to be that a letter meant for the player somehow ended up in his desk and not yours. Perhaps this fateful mix-up would have been facilitated by a certain questionable character in his story. He would rush to accept the girl's invitation to meet a romantic spine somehow. With his goofy puppy-like personality, he managed to impress the mystery girl stalking you. This would resolve the love triangle and make for a more comical mirror of Akko and Pro Tycoon's relationship. Obviously, adding all of this would have created a ton of work, and I doubt I could have implemented with this much grace, so it got cut. That's understandable, you know what I'm saying? Akko, the primary love interest who loves protecting to the death. Is a sweet, mild-mannered girl who lets her bubbly personality brighten up with people around her. For not everything is as it seems. Her sweet nature and cutesy demeanor tends to mislead others into thinking that she's less attentive than she actually is. No one more so than our dear protagonist. In reality, she is deeply curious, introspective, and observant. Despite the protagonist thinking he had Akko fooled, she could already sense something was wrong before the game even started, because her mother and father have began to grow. She started becoming more and more anxious about being alone. The more the protagonist started to act secretively, the more Akko took notice and began to worry. This ultimately culminated in her having a mental breakdown. As you are already aware, she suffered from a concussion while attempting to stop the player in the climactic conclusion of the game. This caused her to be hospitalized for several weeks, but fortunately she would make a full recovery. And she would indeed make a full recovery. While she did suffer some short-term memory, it was only temporary. In truth, she remembers everything from the moment her love interest started acting strange to almost ending his life with a kitchen knife. Bars. However, it would be wise to openly admit that you almost committed murder. Nor would it do anything to prevent the person you love from running away. What Pro Tycoon doesn't know won't hurt him. I mean, maybe it might, unless he makes a terrible mistake of trying to run away again. Oh man. So that gives a lot of brevity, or well, no. That concludes that. She does remember. That's cool. Developer, the name of a protagonist in the game. Since I can't read your last save file, let's just call him Pro Tycoon. Tell me more. As you may have caught on, Pro Tycoon tends to keep his emotions and burdens bottled up, and occasionally has trouble communicating his feelings to others, especially Akko. However, he is also very strong-willed and determined when he makes up his mind. Unfortunately for him, his plan to confess his longtime crush had to be put on hold when another unknown girl started sending him love letters. That bastard. His tunnel vision prevented him from noticing how suspicious he was acting to Akko. He really wanted his confession to be perfect, so he put things on hold to deal with the other girl. Therein, setting off a series of tragic events that I'm sure you're very well aware of. In fun fact, initially I tried to make the. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Initially, I tried to make the protagonist entirely silent, since I'm a huge fan of games with silent protagonists, but it was way too boring to play. Alright, everyone, that was Akko. God tier game, goddamn. Hopefully, I turned this into a 10-parter, and I'll see you later. Let's go. You done looking around? I am, indeed. Wait, player, before you go, isn't there one more loose end you'd like to tie up? I don't think so. Who's there? Now take me back to the menu. Alright, who's there? Oh, it's a cat. What do they got? What do they got? Greetings, dear stranger. It's about time you and I had a chance to speak face to face. What's this about? Take me back to the menu. I wanted to thank you. Thank you for taking me back to the menu. For doing what I could and finding a path where our two lovebirds could find happiness. I'm sure you know who I'm referring to. To be honest, I had almost given up hope that the fate of those two souls wouldn't end in misfortune. Because of you, I now know it's possible. You see, I spent so much time focusing on the girl. I never considered that the boy she loved might be able to change her fate. I spent so many cycles watching their story end in terrible tragedy. But then I noticed the boy started acting differently. How strange, he didn't act this way previously. And that's when it became obvious to me. I'm not the only one here who can manipulate fate. Ah, of course it would be arrogant after all to assume I was the only one who could. And ever since then, I've been dying to meet you. Let me ask you something, stranger. Why did you spend all this time trying to save them? I wanted to fall in love. I just wanted to get every ending. I like the bad endings more than answering me. Please. I wanted to see them fall in love or romantic, are we? As for me, well, how should I put this? My motivation is the last person for wanting to find the true ending to this story. You see, I'm no ordinary cat, but you already knew that. What you may not know, however, is who I work for. You see, I am indebted to a certain interest, shall we say. Most humans might just refer to them as demons. Well, those I serve are of a far more discerning variety. Most humans just assume that us demons merely exist to spread suffering and feast on their misery. This, of course, is true, but only for the lesser of my kind. Human misery is abundant. There's no shortage of fodder for anyone who's not particular. But those I serve demand greater. So why would it? Oh my god! So why? And not only that, but ensure they prosper and fall in love together. Well, since you helped me out, I'll tell you. Have you ever loved someone so much you couldn't imagine living without them? What would you do if they just vanished, or perhaps died right in front of you, so soon before their time? Can you even fathom the pain you would have to endure, the dread of having to live on without them? Yes, that is why I'm here. I'm not here to spread misery. It's myself. The humans don't need my help with that. I'm here to amplify that. I'm here to seek out those with the strongest bonds and break them. I exist to find those with biggest hearts and crush them. When I do, those I serve will feast on the agony that only those who have experienced true happiness can give. The kind of happiness that can only be experienced by those pure of heart and who share an unshakable bond. Do you hear me? So thank you, stranger. Thank you for saving the girl and her little boyfriend. Those two will make an excellent sacrifice once their love has had a chance to fully blossom. And with that, my friend, this is where we part ways. A word to the wise: do not attempt to interfere with my work. I'm glad that our interests just so happen to have aligned this time, but I think we both know that that won't be the case indefinitely. Whether you try to whether you try to interfere out of curiosity, spite, or romanticism, I will ensure you fail. Do you have an understanding? you. Yes, I will stop you. Don't care. Don't care. And we'll stop you. Will you? Be careful with that kind of talk, stranger. I may not be able to stop you from here, but there's a server not bound by the limits of this world. Because you just downloaded a Trojan, and now all your data is mine. Oh man! Just as you are not bound to the limits of my world, they will not appreciate your interference. Consider this a polite warning, and your stubborn attitude will not protect you from them. Goodbye, stranger. Let us never cross paths again. Cross paths again. Well, I'll be him. Was her eyes always closed? Alright. Are there no Zako? I'll see you later. Got some cool, interesting hits for later, by the way. Hopefully, this is a 10-part series. I have to say that. Alright, everyone, I'll see you later. Go check it out.